My day begins well before most people are out of bed. All the long days and sleepless nights drive me to be the best. We absolutely slayed them in here. Alright, let's get up here and we'll turn them loose. He's got the place tore up. The sun's going down. We got one more farm to hit. That's commitment there.
We've been turning them up. This is 8. Pretty good odds.
We're good at what we do. This is my story. This is my time. This is trapping time.
Trapping Time is brought to you by Blind Turtle at blindturtle.net, Smokey's Deer Lures at smokiesdeerlure.com, Blackwater Hunting Services at blackwaterhunting.com, Southern Ohio Outfitters at southernohiooutfitters.com, Papio Creek Trapping Supply at papiocreektrappingsupply.com, Big Game Gut Glove at biggamegutglove.com, Hunters Help Technologies at huntershelp.com, Night Owl Lures at nightowllures.com, Hilltop Outdoor Supply at hilltopoutdoorsupply.com, Dakota Line Snares at dakotalinesnares.com, PCS Outdoors at pcsoutdoors.com, Duke Trap Company at duketraps.com, Old South Trapping Lures at oldsouthLures.com, Webster's Predator Control at shop.websterspredatorcontrol.com, Little Whiskey Girl at littlewhiskeygirl.com, Wolf Creek Products at wolfcreekproducts.net, Southern Snares and Supply at southernsnares.com, Lennon Lures at lennonlures.com, Murray's Trapping Supply at murrayslures.com, Smitty's Stretchers and Trapping Supplies. Look them up on Facebook. Hags Brand Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors at j30.com.
Hello folks and welcome to this week's show. This week is a fun show. This is what I like to call the Mississippi Mix-Up. As you guys remember from previous episodes, I went to Mississippi and I was trapping with my good buddy Justin Rogers, Jason Webster, and Brian McKee from Southern Snares and Supply. And I tell you what, we just had a ball. You know, the whole trip when we went down, we were focusing on otters. But just like any time you go trapping, if you have the ability to get in and trap some other stuff, you take advantage of it. You know, the first 2 days when we were down there, we were carpet bombing these properties. You know, Justin would drop me off and I would go one direction, he would go the other. I had Jason running this way and Brian running that way, and we were just having a blast. And our whole main goal was fur. On our first day's check, guess who connects? The home team. Mitch and Justin, they were trapping a ditch that I wouldn't give a second thought to back home, but they were showing me how to get it done in Mississippi.
Yep, that's a beaver.
We had a beaver here yesterday, and it's 280. Kind of put this here thinking an otter may come up this little feeder creek going to this beaver dam, but as you can see,
It's all beaver.
it's not a beaver. Not a real big one, but the landowner wants all these beavers off we can, so we're trying to help them out. Now, this is not somewhere I would normally catch them. I mean, this is I always have an incidental catch, but if you'll get down in this creek and look, you can see some holes in the banks. They could have some bank dens, you know, up in some of these banks. Plus, like I said, about a half a mile south below us here is a big creek, so they're just traveling. They're traveling beaver. They're traveling back and forth, going from the beaver dam down to that creek. So, yeah, we're gonna get this guy out. I'm pulling my traps today, so we'll get this out, load it up, and we'll head on check some more.
You know, as a deer hunter, we all remember that first deer that we got to drag in and our dads made us drag.
Drag it up the bank.
You know, we struggled with it. Watching Mitch drag this beaver up out here just got the memories flowing. Of course, you know, his dad wasn't helping him. I think his dad's trying to prepare him to be his mule for later on down the road.
Back up.
Almost there. Whoa.
When we come back, we're going to see if any of the land traps hit. The Hole Getter by Papio Creek. It's all about speed and efficiency.
For some of us, trapping season never ends. It's in our blood. It defines the very person we are. Let Southern Snares be part of your trapping world. Be sure to try out our best-selling Capital Punishment Predator Bait and our new Pure Gator Oil.
The Big Game Gut Glove is revolutionizing the way big game hunters and trappers are successful in the field. The 26-inch version fits over your elbows and protects you and your expensive hunting clothing from blood or cold water. They're made to fit your hands from extra small to extra large.
What I like about them, I can feel with them.
Existing products on the market don't give you the feel or protection you need. Wet or dry, the special non-slip grip bonds tightly to whatever you're handling. The Big Game Gut Gloves are reusable so you save money and promote going green. This portion of the show is brought to you by Animalistic Outdoors. Check them out at coyotevideos.net.
Now, as I said before, Justin basically dropped us off. He went one way, I went the other. And we never really ran into each other the whole time we were trapping. But you know what? Great trappers must think alike, especially when they set the same bush and see what happens next.
Well, one of the problems when you trap ground with a bunch of other guys and you're not side by side is you set traps on the same thing. I came in the day before, there was a big clump of grass here, and you can see there's still a little bit of it left here. I buried a dirt hole on this side. I blended it in. Justin came in behind me, and yesterday, we're just talking about where we set at, and we were talking about this intersection. He starts telling me about where he put this flat set at. And we knew we was going to bust one right here. One of us was. So the debate is who caught who's first. So that might be something we just for a long time we're just going to have to argue about.
I think you're right.
But now I tell you what, we're in a perfect location right here. We've got these cedar trees here. It's naturally funneling these animals in here. These traps have only been here 2 days. Justin actually caught a coyote on the other side of the property here. We're in Mississippi, so this is a little different for me. But even in Mississippi, we're focusing on the same thing we're focusing on up north. We're focusing on these roads. As you can see, we go into another food plot here. There's a bridge right here. It's narrowing these down, these animals coming down. But now, Justin, I'm being from the north. Is this an average size coyote?
Yeah, this is an average size female from Mississippi. Now, the males will get a little bit bigger, but that's an average size female from down here.
Now, our coyotes up home, they're a little bit blockier.
The whole time we're remaking this set, it felt like we were two chefs in a kitchen. We're working around this bush, and I'm just thinking to myself, let's hope it works again.
Now, originally, this had a bush about this tall. Well, obviously, this coyote came in and tore it up. So what we're going to do is try to reclaim as much of this as possible. Now, my bed was on this side. Now, what I like to do is I'm going to bring all this, what I call fluff. If this was smell-o-vision, you could just smell this coyote. I mean, it's pretty rank. Drag it all to the middle. Basically, we're going to try to remake that bush as much as possible. Now, a lot of times you're going to have a little trouble finding your trap bed because when they're going to fight, they're really going to tear it up. So you just want to try and find it. What's nice about this soil here in Mississippi, it's kind of soft, so we can even, I use my cookie cutter to make my bed, so finding it's pretty easy. We're just going to pound down a little bit to keep, to find the outline of it again. So my trap's ready to go back in the ground. Justin's working on something over there. I think he's trying to figure out a way to sabotage me on this one. We're probably going to catch another one here. A lot of times with these wolf fangs, these coyotes jerked. They're going to get a good pull on it and they're going to pull it out. So a lot of times I just take and pound my swivel and everything, bury it back down in. We're gonna pop this trap down in here, and we want it solid as can be. It's not gonna move. We're gonna grab our peat moss. I like it because we got solid ground all the way. You want to try and cut it as tight to your trap as possible, because you don't want to get into the fat part of that soft dirt. One of the reasons I use a smaller trap, they get anywhere near that dirt pattern, there's a good chance they're going to trip off the trigger. Now I like to blend my stuff in a lot, especially down here. We've got a lot of tore up grass here. A lot of times you'll see I'll take my grass clippers, but there's plenty of small stuff here that we can do it. I don't use a lot of foot guides. I know a lot of guys that do. They'll use a little stick or a pebble, but we want to try to get this back as natural as possible. Now I'm not big on re-luring as far as any type of gland lures or anything like that, because we're looking at, there's been a coyote here all night long. If you could smell this, that's all you can smell is that old coyote right now. But what I am going to do, I'm probably not going to find my dirt hole again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little hole in this pile of fluff here. We're going to take some Capital Punishment by Southern Snares and Supply. It's got kind of a smoky smell to it. And I'm going to put that right inside that hole there. So when that coyote, because we're in a perfect funnel way, travel way with these coyotes. That coyote comes down here, he's going to stop and he's going to investigate that. And when he does, we're close enough, he's going to put his foot in, and one of us is going to catch him. Now Justin's putting a little bit of bait on his side as well. Now you just going to bury that in there, Justin, the same as I did on my side?
Just going to push it right back on this grass.
It's all about smells. You just want them to investigate it. If we can get him here, the longer we can keep a coyote at a set, the better chance you got of catching him. The more he moves his feet around there, the more chance he's going to step on that pan. But we still have traps to check and arguments to settle. So bottom line, we got a dead coyote. That's the important thing, right, buddy?
That's right.
All right, let's move on.
Well, after a lot of debate on who caught this coyote, and this being our show, and us editing the way that I wanted it to be edited, America can clearly see I caught that coyote. When we come back, we're going to join up with Brad Geffert from Night Owl Lures on the Duke Trap Company Set of the Week.
Who better to get your trapping supplies from than trappers who know what you need in the field?
Come on in.
PCS Outdoors is one-stop shopping for name brand trapping, predator hunting and calling supplies, shooting and pest control gear at discount prices.
A lure for every animal you'd be targeting.
PCS Outdoors stands above the competition.
Quality Asabo brand snares being made here in Michigan.
Go to PCSOutdoors.com for great selection and prices that'll make you want to stock up for your next trapping or outdoor adventure.
What do you demand in a quality knife? You want a knife that works as hard as you do. Weeby knives are made for trappers who want efficiency and perfection. The Weeby Elite double-edged fleshing knife has one edge that's ultra sharp, and the other side has just the right edge for pushing fat and meat for perfectly fleshed furs. And don't forget about the Weeby Wicked Sharp, the planet's sharpest skinner. When the blade goes dull, simply snap on a new one, and you're ready to go. Find them at DakotaLineSnares.com.
You take every step to make sure your hunt is safe. Now, take safety to the next level and make sure your field dressing is as safe as the hunt. Hunters Help Technologies has found a way to make sure your post-hunt responsibilities are as safe as possible. The Easy Gut tool helps you get the chest cavity open without cutting anything but that skin that you want to cut. The trachea cutter does just what it says. You just reach into the chest cavity and punch right through that tough trachea. No more fumbling with a knife to try to avoid cutting yourself in the process. Go to EasyGut.com or Amazon.
Welcome back. Now we're going to join up with Brad from Night Owl Lures. These guys have really been piling up the fur. And you know, just like me, when you get that one set that's super, super hot, you want to stick with it. And the same thing happened with Brad. He's going to show you the remake on these sets that he's been nailing the fur with.
Hey guys, this is Brad from Night Owl Lures. Today I wanted to go over a remake. We just got done with this fox, dispatched him. I want to show you guys how we go about doing a remake set. So, first thing you want to do take your trap and clear out all the grass in the jaws, under the pan, any dirt. Make sure your swivels are good and clean. The biggest thing is, guys, you want to make sure you get your bed back to where it was. You want it nice and deep so those animals aren't coming in level with the pan. The idea is when a fox or a coyote steps into a set, you want them stepping down onto the pan. If your trap is level with the ground, you're going to get a lot of one-toe catches, and the animals are going to catch the pan with just the edge of their foot. You may even miss them. Okay, so what we like to do for foxes, primarily around here, is what we're trapping. You generally want your trap 6 inches or so from the hole. I like to do dog up against the hole. I know there's a lot of different theories about that. That's just the way we've always done it. You're going to take your dirt here and you want to pack this trap in good and solid. You don't want this trap to wiggle at all when they step on it. You get a wiggling trap, it's going to cause the animals to dig at your trap. Something you definitely don't want. Alright, now that we got the trap bedded in good, it's not wiggling. Dig our dirt hole back out here. A big key too, guys, when you're remaking a set, you never want to take your dirt from inside your dirt hole and put it over your trap. I know it's free, easy dirt. It still has your lure smell on it. That's something you want to avoid getting in this trap bed as much as possible. You do not want to have too much dirt over top of your trap. It's important to have just enough to cover the trap so the animals aren't going to feel it. If you get too much dirt on your sets, you're going to have a lot of caked in sets every time it rains, every time it frosts. The thinner the dirt, the less dirt you can get away with, the better. Okay, so we got that part done. Now we want to work on getting our backer back. As you can see, this set's pretty torn up. You got to try and find more of your natural backer again. The reason you want to make sure that you get a good backer on any set location is so the animals don't want to work it from behind. Working a set from behind is not giving you an opportunity to catch that animal. Big thing, you know, sometimes they're going to work it from behind. It's not always something that you can control, especially on remakes. The thing you want to do is make your hole as deep as possible and try and keep them there as long as you can. Build this stuff back up here. Using gland lure, using fox urine, it's adding to the smell, yes, but as a main attractor, you want to stay as natural as you possibly can.
The trophy moment only lasts a couple of seconds, but the story will be passed on for generations. They only see the glory, not the sacrifice. But I don't wait for my tall tale of glory. I handcraft my journey from start to finish. They don't see what goes on behind closed doors. An epic saga is worth 1,000 words, but my story boils down to 3. Little Whiskey Girl. Save luck for the weekend hunter.
Do you need a blind that will keep you warm on a cold winter day? Do you need a blind that won't blow away on a windy fall afternoon? Do you need a blind that will never wear out? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need a Blind Turtle hardshell hunting blind. This solid one-piece unit is perfect for deer hunters, turkey hunters, archery hunters, and gun hunters. Put it this way, if you hunt, the Blind Turtle is perfect for you.
Where'd you get all that stuff? DakotaLineSnares.com. I bet it cost you a fortune to ship all that. Nope, not DakotaLineSnares.com. It's $9.95. Flat rate, it doesn't matter what you get.
Dakota Line Snares and Trapping Products has everything you need right at your fingertips. Our warehouse is packed with trapping supplies you need to be successful on your trap line, and with flat rate shipping of $9.95 on all orders, you get your money's worth.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm going to put my order in at DakotaLineSnares.com now. Well, as you know, Jason Webster was with us, and he is a water guy. And we were down there, he had his hands in the water, and he was tearing up the beavers.
What we got here is a nice creek coming down through. The beavers are using to get back and forth. What we did here, we found a place where we're crawling up on the bank, so we set a number 4 Duke coil spring here at the base, put it on a grinder cable, and threw our weighted sack out here. The trap's gone, so it looks like we may have something. We'll pull it up out of here and see if we can connect it. Well, connected on another Mississippi beaver. Not exactly the catch you're looking for. We got him by one toe. We got the beaver out of our set. We're going to remake this one. How we have this set up here, we just have a feed sack weighted down with some rocks. We're on a 3/32 grounder cable. And what we're using is our drowning lock is the swivel that comes standard on the bottom of your trap. One way it'll slide, and then the other way, because it puts a bind on your cable or wire, it won't let the animal come back up the wire, so it holds him down at the bottom where your weight is. We have it anchored off at the bank with a 24-inch T-bar, and the trap's on there. And once you get your sack weighted, you just want to make sure the water's deep enough. Throw that back out there. That'll hold him down at the bottom. You want that cable to be kind of taut. You don't want a whole lot of loose slack in it. Better chance of him trying to get tangled up and not making it all the way down. Now right here, there's a trail coming up on the bank where these beavers been coming up here and feeding on stuff. So what we did was just kind of took our boot and just kind of made ourselves a shelf big enough for the trap. And then how I place mine on here is usually in between, so you get the animal coming from lever to lever across it, more so than this way. Just stay, in my mind anyways, if he catches it like this, he has a better chance of rocking that trap. If he steps it here on that base of that frame, there's less likely for that trap to move. But just right there, we're just going to take our boot and make a platform, like a shelf for them to stand on, base that, to bed that trap in there. Slide our cable up. You just want to take that trap with by those levers and just kind of rock it down in that mud to get it solid, so if he misses the pan, he doesn't feel that moving underneath his feet. Now what we did, our lure's still here on the bank. We put some Webster's Predator Control beaver lure on there just to help entice them if they are coming by here and going up on the bank here. And that's basically really about all there is to it.
You know, Mississippi was such a cool trip. We were fortunate enough to catch a lot of animals. You know, we caught raccoons, we caught otters, we caught beavers, coyotes. I mean, it was just such a full bag. Well, imagine my surprise when we were actually driving up to the last trap I had to pull in the state of Mississippi and see what I had waiting on me there.
Well, we're still in Mississippi and we caught a gray fox. Now, if you can see, we're at the end of this big long field here. I was kind of focusing either on foxes or cats, and it's kind of brushy back here. We got a big open field here, and we get this tree line running down through here. So I thought, you know, we'll stay in this corner because you're gonna get these animals following this edge hunting. We got a little stream right here. All I did was did a micro dirt hole. I bedded my trap. There's a little clump of grass. I took my driver, I drove it in, and bedded up right against it. Now we're leaving. We're pulling traps today. But to catch one of these at the end of this trip is awesome. But if you look, the way this land lays, this was a killer spot right here. I mean, when you find places like this, when you're looking for prime locations,
this is what you're looking for. You're looking for different terrain and structure coming together. Prime example, we've got brush, stream bank, fence line. It's automatically going to run these animals. We're forcing them in. They're being forced in and they don't even know it. But this is a nice little Mississippi gray, and we're going to get him out of the trap and just tickled to death to catch him. But I mean, if you look, we're probably 8 to 10 feet from this edge. Perfect. He's going to be, no matter which way he comes through, he's going to smell it. We're using a little bit of Smokey's Fox and Coyote bait, and it's good to see it's working down here in the south. You know, if you ever have a chance to trap another state, you know, we all feel very comfortable in our own zone. Take advantage of it and go to another state, and take advantage of all the opportunities that they have to offer. You know, we were trapping land and water. You know, I had an opportunity. We're trapping animals that we just don't have back home in Western Pennsylvania, even West Virginia or Ohio. I just urge you to get out and do it. The soil's different, the water's different. I mean, it will make you a better trapper and give you a whole bunch of lifelong memories. You know, until next time, like we always say, we're keeping the tradition alive here at Trapping Time. You know, if you want an experience like none other, go trapping with a lure and bait maker. Better yet, go with 3 know-it-alls. I felt like I had a doctorate when I got done. You know, the whole time all I'm hearing about is methylparaben and sodium benzoate and, you know, curing times and, you know, thinning stuff down and tincturing this and tincturing that. All I'm worried about is catching coyotes. That's all I'm worried about. If you liked what you saw, go to our Facebook page, Trapping Time TV, and let us know what you think. Or you can go to our website at trappingtimetv.com.